Welcome back to our YouTube channel, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning into our show. President William Samoei Ruto made two announcements today, and one of them is very controversial, and that is what I want us to discuss. One, the president announced that schools will be reopened on Monday, the 13th of this month. He had actually met leaders from Kajiado and Laikipia in State House, and the president announced that he's been with a meeting with the staff from the meteorological department that assured him that the heavy rains are now subsiding and the weather and climate is very conducive now. We can reopen schools. We all understand that originally schools were supposed to be opened on 29th of April, some 2 weeks ago. And then due to heavy rains, we had an announcement by the CS in the Ministry of Education, Machogu, very late in the night when parents had released their children to go to school. And this was supposed to be on 6th. And thereafter, William Ruto directed the Ministry of Education to postpone the reopening of schools indefinitely because we had fears of the heavy rains. Now, after consultation with the meteorological department, William Ruto says it is okay. He's been given the green light to open schools. Very briefly, William Ruto is telling us, or the department that is concerned is saying that ever since the rains started in March, we have got 227,238 people who have been affected so far. We have 72 people that still remain unaccounted for. They are missing, others are dead, and their bodies have not been retrieved. And you can imagine the kind of sadness that the families have when we have people who have not been accounted for, and we have 223 people who have died so far. A very sad situation, and we hope that the government is going to tighten the loose nuts. Now, the second announcement that is very controversial is here. William Ruto further announced that due to the devastating effect, and we have lost over 223 people due to floods, he declared 10th Friday this week as a national holiday, and is telling us that we are going to honor those who died due to floods by planting trees. So other media stations are announcing that William Ruto has declared Friday as a national holiday for planting trees. The others are saying William Ruto have declared Friday the 10th, as a holiday for honoring and remembering those who died in the floods. Now, I want to give you my personal opinion, why I think that this is doublespeak and why I believe that this is not about honoring those who have died in the floods. And I will tell you why. And first of all, I want to believe that this is not going to be another procrastination, because William Ruto was saying that he's going to avail the money for reconstruction of the schools that were destroyed by the rains. There are schools that have been flattened, others have really been affected, so they need money for reconstruction of the schools. And William Ruto is saying that this money is going to be availed through the CDF, Constituency Development Fund, so that each and every member of parliament is going to be given this money. Now, I want to believe that this is not going to be another moment of procrastination, because we've seen situations where MPs have to stage a near demonstration to the government so that this money can be released. It happened the other day. Now, this situation is so dire that we cannot play around. If the government has promised that they are going to release these funds, let it be released on time. Number two, the other time, CS Machogu, appearing on Parliamentary Committee on Education, revealed to us that he has always written very many letters to the Treasury so that the capitation fee can be released to no avail. And there are schools that closed, and I think almost all the schools nationwide closed for the first term. And as we approach the second term, the capitation fee that was supposed to be released for first term has not been released. So when William Ruto assures the nation that is going to avail the money or through the CDF, we are scared because we know the tendency and the trends in this government. But I want to explain to you why I don't believe this holiday is meant for honoring those who died due to floods. And as we do this, allow me to request you to subscribe to our channel. If you're watching us for the first time, click the notification bell. That is the only way you can support our channel. You can also help us share videos, and please give this video likes. Ladies and gentlemen, we all know that ever since William Ruto ascended to power, one of his pet international projects was climate change. He took it close to his heart because he knew what he would get out of it. People who have studied William Samoei Ruto understand that is a man who knows how to endear himself to the international community. And one of the things that he did was to take climate change. And in fact, William Ruto became the first African president to host a climate change forum that took place in KICC, and you saw all the heads of states that came, and as a result of that, there was a lot of money that was unveiled. He also declared sometimes back a national tree planting holiday, and we saw choppers, government cabinet secretaries moving from one place to the other using choppers just to inspect how the tree planting was going on. Now, by doing this, we know that William Ruto knows very well that there is a lot of money in this project. Charlene Ruto took it upon herself to champion this. And when you look at one of the accolades that William Ruto has internationally is the African president that is championing for climate change. And so when he tells us that we want to honor people who died by planting trees, I know it is a fallacy. No, planting trees, don't get me wrong. Planting trees is not bad. It is one of the best things that we can do is to plant trees to enhance our ecosystem and to enhance our environment. And so planting trees is the best idea. And I commend William Ruto for this. But let us not try to hide under honoring people who died due to floods. In fact, let me just put it maybe this way, that William Ruto wants to kill two birds with one stone. He knows very well that he wants to do this, and so he's hiding or is taking that opportunity that as we plant trees, we also honor those who died due to floods. William Ruto is about to go to the US after an official invitation, something that is big, is something that is really causing a lot. They are over the moon with joy that William Ruto got an invitation by Joe Biden and is going to give a keynote speech in the US plenary. And State House is happy, the family is happy, the UDA fraternity is happy. So William Ruto and Mama Rachel are soon jetting out of the country to go to the US. Now he wants to ensure that he goes with that pride and accolade on his back, that is the African president that is championing for tree planting. In fact, you can take this to the bank. One of the things that he will mention in his keynote speech is the initiatives that he has taken as a Kenyan president on climate change. And he will mention that twice they have declared a national holiday for tree planting. And he's going to use this to ask for more money, that we lost lives due to floods, and we declared a national holiday, that as we were honoring our Kenyan citizens and brothers and fellow brothers and sisters who died, we planted trees. And he knows that the UNEP, United Nations Environmental Program, is keen on people who have taken the drive to plant more trees to conserve our environment. And this is the sole reason why we are planting trees. I believe we would have planted trees even if people would have not died, because he's about to get to the US and he wants to go with this that is championing. And I'm not saying that it is bad. Don't get me wrong. Many of us, or some of us, have not forgotten that when in the coalition government, Raila tried to evacuate people from Mau Forest, Ruto told them that Raila was bad, that they voted for him and he wanted to chase them from the Mau Forest. Today, William Ruto has turned around and he loves tree planting and he now wants to conserve the environment. People know when to speak and they know what to tell you, what a double speak. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is my personal opinion that William Ruto declared a national holiday for planting trees and not honoring the victims of floods. And if at all both of them go together, then one is just a branch of the other. The main reason here is to plant trees, which I repeat is not bad. Let us commend William Ruto for announcing the reopening of schools early enough so that parents can plan. The other time, it was announced at night and people really lamented. And I think there was a lot of noise. The intelligence took this information to him. Now he has improved on it. We cannot complete this analysis by calling out on the government to avail the disaster management funds that is supposed to be there, not unless it was mismanaged by someone. And if someone mismanaged these funds, the EACC, another amorphous and inert body that cannot help Kenya, should rein in. We want to know who did it. The other time, there was a lot of noise about the COVID billionaires. We want to know who are the floods billionaires, those who have taken this money. We wish all our teachers, parents, pupils, and students, as they get back to schools, that they travel safely. The other menace that we are about to witness now that the floods took the headlines, is the uncontrolled accidents. And I don't know where Murkomen is. You know, floods have just grabbed headlines. Before that, we had a lot of accidents involving even school buses. The roads are still slippery. We still have fogs. Even if the rains have subsided, the roads are still not very clear. So let us exercise a lot of safety. Drivers who are taking children, taking students and pupils to school, please be very careful on the roads so that we reach safe. Let us pray for our country. I don't know what you think, but that is my take.